This episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast is brought to you by Times Cineplex. Hey guys, it's Kev.
Yo, this is Del.
What's up? This is Nazz.
And we are
The Wayang Crew. Oh yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Wayang Crew Podcast.
Woo!
That's right, we're all back this week, and it is a big episode because we are reviewing Avengers Infinitw. This is episode 51 of the podcast. At first, it's my co-host, it's Del.
Yo, I'm back.
You're back. How was
back
your trip?
From Hong Kong, Disneyland.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then, of course, IMAX.
Uh-huh. So we'll hear about that more later on in the show.
Okay.
Up next, it's Neekay.
Hello.
Hello again.
I'm back too.
Everyone's back, because on the last episode, no one was here.
Oh,
and that's the truth.
Sad times.
Up next, it's the latest addition to the podcast. It's Nazz.
What's up?
What's up?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Excited for this review?
Yeah.
Very?
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, it's our other co-host. It's Khai. He's back.
You all know who this is.
Oh.
You're sticking with that, huh?
It's a shtick now.
It's a stick now.
When I arrive at the airport, they're like, "Sir, what are you doing here?" You all know who I am.
No, I don't.
All right. And how excited are you for this review?
I'm super excited. Yeah, I just can't wait to get into it.
Okay, cool. And we have a special guest who's joining us for this review episode. It's none other than Livie.
Hello.
She's back on the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
I think you haven't been on this for
A while.
a while. I think you were here last year.
Yeah.
Why, Livie? Why?
I don't know. No one called me. Never.
Oh.
Right.
Just like Marvel
man.
Studios, our Kevin is not pulling any punches. He's calling all the main people in.
All right, so we're going to get right to it. As per usual, it's the news. We're going to kick off with this bit of news. It's one of the biggest movies that I'm anticipating for this year, Incredibles 2.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Yep.
yes.
They had a new trailer come out. Did you guys see it?
Yes,
Oh.
yes,
No.
yes.
was
Yeah.
never a fan.
The
Yes.
second
Jack,
trailer. Jack.
Jack.
More of Jack. More of the plot.
and the mom and the villain.
Yeah, because now I think the spotlight is on the wife, Elastigirl.
Yep.
So she's back out in the world. She's representing supers, and there's this whole nefarious thing that's happening behind the scenes.
And then the dad is now the one at home
At
and
home,
trying to
yeah.
take care of the
it's
kids.
very 2018.
It's very 20.
It's very 20. It's very progressive.
It's very.
It's very progressive.
I see what you
Nice.
did there.
Yeah.
Like.
Did you guys check it out?
Yeah. of
DK,
course,
you have to.
Of course.
This is our biggest movie,
Yeah,
second
for-
biggest movie.
It was my second.
Yeah, there you go. And what did you think of this trailer?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Del?
It's alright.
Not excited.
It's alright.
All right, more on trailers. Did you guys check out this trailer for this movie called Hotel Artemis?
No.
Yeah.
No?
No.
I think I sent it to like the group chat. I don't know which group chat I sent it to.
It was it was this.
It's
The
like
group
it's
The group chat with only Nazz and myself.
before we added Khai back in.
Yeah.
They all know who I am.
It's this movie where it's kind of like a John Wick kind of situation where they're all assassins, and then Hotel Artemis is a hospital for criminals.
Ooh.
So the
Is it just a hospital or is there a hotel?
it's
Wait,
both.
wait.
I think it's
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
And the person who runs it is Jodie Foster,
Oh.
and Dave Bautista's in this
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
So they have like an all-star cast, and I'm quite excited for this. Another trailer that dropped last week, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah. I saw.
Fun fact, I saw Jeff Goldblum at a restaurant on Sunset Boulevard.
Nice.
So we shared like a little La La Land moment. Like
Yeah.
the ending of La La Land, where Emma
Right.
Stone and Ryan Gosling look at each other,
Sure.
and they just know.
And that's
So
it.
he was on the table across. I looked at him. He looked at me. We just smiled at each other.
You should have gone up to him and said, "You've been to the country I'm from, Brunei."
It felt a bit like, I don't know. I guess a part of me wanted him to come up to me. But
Instead, he
I'm
took
just kidding,
he
no.
took one look at you and then he
I
left.
figured it was the day after Easter, and he came in that restaurant super early because we were there super early. This place is super famous, so I was thinking like, it must not be easy for him to just walk into a restaurant and try to grab a meal. So
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be that guy.
Okay, that guy.
Yeah.
Good call, though.
Thank
All right.
you.
But back on the trailer. It's the third trailer, and I think Del was saying that he's not really into this
Nope.
third trailer.
No, this
He
is worse than the first one.
This the second trailer, the one that was a
No.
bit more horror-esque.
Yeah. That one is the best one.
Okay.
But this one is no. This one is not. No, this is like the first one. This is just
Meh.
rubbish.
Rubbish.
I don't know. I have to say, like, there were parts in the trailer that I didn't really feel it. Like especially like the first 10 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
But the rest of the trailer sold me. Like I'm super excited for this.
The blue
Yeah,
thing.
that was
The
good.
blue thing?
No, Blue the Raptor.
Oh, Blue the Raptor. Yeah, okay. Well, she's the only one left.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the
Okay.
inclusion of that.
Last trailer that dropped this week, Venom.
Ooh.
Did you guys see Venom?
Yeah.
I
Very
think
much so.
Sony's listening to the fan base, and they've sort of realized that what they did for the teaser was wrong
I guess.
because there was no Venom in it. This had quite a bit of Venom.
Yeah.
Someone's excited. Del,
Yeah.
what did you think of this trailer?
Horrible. Horrible trailer.
As
The
you,
only part that is intriguing is the horror element of it.
as you can see, the Wayang Crew is not biased in any way.
No, we're not.
We have
Very opinionated.
we have point of views from both spectrums here, and
As you can also see, Del is really high up there with the standards.
I just came back from Avengers IMAX.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
Excuse me.
wiping the floor with the rest of us.
from this trailer, I only have one question: is it symbiote or symbiote?
It's
Symbiote.
it's always been known to be symbiote.
Yeah, symbiote.
Because it comes from the word symbiosis.
Yeah, but then in the trailer, it's all symbiote.
Americans.
American. No, but then like the game and the old series was American as well, and they
Yeah.
called it
Symbiote.
symbiote.
I don't know why. I genuinely don't
Maybe
know
it's
why
the-
they're calling it symbiote.
The lady, she
The lady.
It's like how they
She's
tried to
acting classes.
give Genesis a different spelling in Terminator Genesis.
Genesis.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'm not with Del 100% because I didn't think it was terrible, but it really wasn't impressive.
Okay. I'm on the same boat as you guys. It wasn't awesome.
Yeah.
But it was good enough to
Yeah.
pique my interest.
Because there are trailers that really sell you the film.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
first Infinity War trailer.
Yeah.
You could not have shown a bunch of the stuff, but just the cutting the mood of the trailer, that would have sold you on the film anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's like, I was like, impress me. And then they had that shot, I was like, we are Venom. And I'm just like, oh. Okay.
I like that shit.
That CGI wasn't not that good.
Well, it is.
Okay, so
well,
correct me
it's-
if I'm wrong.
It's like the
been-
first trailer, so it might not be like fully done yet.
okay,
Yeah.
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 But correct me if I'm wrong. Like, there really hasn't been much improvement with this cinematic version of Venom since Spider-Man 3.
No.
Like, if you screen grab that scene and you put it against, like, a HD version of Topher Grace, I don't know, man. Like, it'll look the same.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so that's a Sony film. And speaking of Sony films, we all watched Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was, it's good enough. I bought it on Blu-ray.
Ooh.
So it's really good.
It is now Sony Pictures' highest grossing film
Wow.
ever. It has beat out the original Spider-Man from 2002. And yeah, it's Sony's current biggest film.
I see why.
Yeah.
Like, it had everything.
Is
right?
it The
Like,
Rock?
It had
It's
The
Kevin
Rock,
Hart.
which
It's
was
Kevin Hart
as
50%
well.
of the reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
The
think
smoldering.
it's the whole family adventure, etc.
Yeah.
etc.
So no surprises there.
No.
And that's why they have a sequel, which is announced for December 2019.
Wow.
Going against episode 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like this one went up against episode 8, and the next one's going against episode 9.
I think Sony, they now have like their biggest movie. They're like, we can do this.
Yeah, because
got this.
they're at what, 900, almost $1 billion?
I'm not so sure about that, but this is taking into account only the US domestic gross.
Right.
Okay, not the international gross. So it's surpassed the $403 million that Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man,
Right.
took in 2002.
So I think their strategy going forward is that if you can't get into Star Wars, come over to Jumanji.
Yeah. Somebody should have released a movie against Infinity War. Because
Yeah.
Infinity War sold out. Now people
Yep.
people can't watch a movie.
That's true. Okay. Speaking of sequels, this movie, a movie that I really liked this year, and I think all of us gave a very good rating for this, A Quiet Place. Apparently a sequel is already in development
Are you serious?
at Paramount.
Wow.
It's gonna be called A Quieter Place. No, I'm kidding. It's not gonna be called A Quiet
Wow.
Place.
I almost snorted.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
No, it was good enough.
It was
by
brilliant.
as
itself.
is, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it warrants a sequel.
Yeah.
It feels like a prequel to Live the Repeat.
Kind of, yeah. I only have one question with regards to A Quiet
Here's
Place,
tomorrow.
and that question has been lingering on my mind because I saw an article about it, and the article said, "Why didn't the family in
Live
The
near
Quiet
the
Place
river."
live by the river?"
Yeah.
That would have solved so many things.
Yeah.
But then again, we wouldn't have a movie, so let's not digress. Shane Black, which is someone Dell is a big fan of.
Yes.
He's coming out with a new Predator movie.
Yeah.
All right. Apparently, there have been major reshoots, and it's changed most of the third act. Are you worried, Dell?
Not at all. It's
No?
just like, what's that Brad Pitt zombie movie again?
World War Z.
World War Z.
Yeah.
It has changed also the whole third act, and it turned out to be a better movie. So
Okay.
if they are able to fix it before
So-
it comes out.
Preempting it before critics,
Yeah.
or letting
They must
anyone
have
see
done.
it.
They must have done some test screenings. So if the test screenings didn't test well, might as well do something while you still can.
Yeah, fix it while you can, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone excited for more video game movies?
Yes.
Our resident gamer since TB left. Doom is getting a reboot. Yes.
Really?
They're doing a film revival of this hit video game, and it's in the works. It's happening, guys. Doom, another one.
Are they getting The Rock again?
I don't know. I don't think he'd be interested.
Maybe, no.
No, he's too
I don't
big for
think-
that.
yeah.
It's too big for that.
We'll see. I'm a bit skeptical.
Did you guys play Doom as kids?
Yeah.
I did.
Yes.
On my
Then
486
Counter
PC.
Strike came out. And
And then
And boom.
the rest is history.
speaking of being young, which was not that long ago for me.
Yeah.
F. Gary Gray is set to direct a live-action M.A.S.K movie.
yeah.
M.A.S.K as in not the mask,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Jim Carrey, M.A.S.K, M-A.S.K, which I don't remember this as a kid, but it apparently stands for Mobile Armored Strike Command. That's
Yeah.
command with the K.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
They had the cars that would turn
Yeah,
into
yeah.
a plane, and the bike that would turn into a helicopter. You remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I
I had
those.
some of the toys. I wish I hung on to them because I went on eBay.
Nice.
And
And
they're
I-
worth quite a bit.
They're worth a lot of
Yeah.
money.
It's about three
I broke
times.
mine.
So we're living in an era where there's going to be another Transformers then.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't think there has ever been any doubt that there will be more Transformers. It's just who's gonna do it.
Yeah, but then F. Gary Gray. I mean, he's. I don't know. He did the Negotiator, which is one of my favorite films.
Oh, that is a good film. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's a good film.
then he jumped onto Fast and Furious 8.
Yeah, which I haven't seen.
But if the M.A.S.K movie is gonna be like a Fast and Furious 8, I think that's like a perfect fit
Right.
because you have all this unrealistic happening.
There's a tank.
Nice.
Here's more nostalgia. Masters of the Universe. There's a movie coming out, and it has landed new directors. So this is another movie project that is happening. Anyone excited for this?
They have
I'm super excited for
I
this.
am.
no,
I
but
am.
then they have always said that it has gone through many hands, many directors, and then now the latest one is these two directors.
Who's the directors?
These two are from TV, I think. I don't remember the names. Maybe Kev has it, but then they have changed so many hands. So
They're
I'm
brothers,
not-
Aaron and Adam Nee.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never-
I'm not.
never heard of them, yeah.
I'm not optimistic just yet.
Not yet.
Until like they start shooting.
Or until you see a first teaser or a trailer.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know who's playing He-Man?
No. There's no
Right.
casting that has been released. This is something Khai brought up to our attention earlier this week. There is going to be a new movie coming out from M. Night Shyamalan. It's Glass.
Yeah, I saw the poster.
Yeah. He teased the
I-
artwork at a CinemaCon.
Yeah, in
I'm
Las Vegas.
excited.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So who's a Shyamalan fan here?
No, I'm.
I am.
I'm not a huge fan, but Unbreakable has been one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies since I was a kid.
Wasn't there the one right after Unbreakable? It came out a few years ago, and that was like the story that kind of ties
Split.
up. The
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
with the
Split.
James
Split.
McAvoy.
Yeah.
multiple personalities.
So Glass would be the tie because they tied up that
Yeah.
Split with Unbreakable.
yeah.
But you have to remember, this is from the guy who brought us Lady in the Water.
I didn't see that.
Oh no!
So
you-
I went
I watched.
I went on a Shyamalan bender. I went Unbreakable, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Then I watched The Sixth Sense, which was amazing. And then I watched Signs, which was great until the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I watched The Village, and then I learned my lesson, and I was like, no.
No more.
So since then,
because it was just
yeah,
going
so
down.
Since then, I've not seen anything.
Oh.
But I'm super excited for Glass because I loved Split.
Okay.
Well, the first time I watched Lady in the Water, I liked it.
Then you
First
grew
time
up.
I watched Avatar, I liked it. My loyalty for M. Night was so blind.
Did you
He
like
has
After
blinded
Earth as
me.
well, Del?
So what?
Did you like After Earth?
After Earth is an anomaly. It is a fantastic movie. Because there's some of the subject that he dealt with is something that strike a chord in my heart.
Okay.
What about The Happening?
Happening.
I'm just gonna
Oh.
until he says.
Happening was that final one that I'm like, okay, this is crazy. This is stupid.
Okay.
Okay.
Happening is the one that broke it.
Here's something that's stupid. The DC universe, as of now,
Oh.
I mean, it still is in that
looking at
place.
Khai.
Super offensive, guys.
Sorry.
That's really offensive.
The DC movie universe is
Extended
something.
universe.
Yeah, it's something that I have to fix. Jake Gyllenhaal has come out and he insists that he will not be the next Batman.
Oh, yes.
But I thought that was like common knowledge. Like I thought everybody knew
I
Matt
think-
Reeves was sticking to Ben
Yeah.
Affleck.
I think it's a case where there's all these expectations and rumors that are swirling around right now as to whether or not he will stay in the role. And you have the fan base who are like, you know what? We heard this rumor that Jake Gyllenhaal might be.
Right.
So you might have a faction
I guess,
of
yeah.
fans who are like, yes, he would fit the part. You know, he kind of looks like Bruce Wayne and whatnot. Now he's come on and said, no.
I'm not surprised. I think Ben Affleck is too big a name for Warner Brothers to just drop.
Yeah.
Like he's way too and.
And they don't want to burn that bridge.
No, they really
For
don't.
sure.
But if I can say something though, like Shazam looks to be quite interesting right now because they just casted DJ Cotrona and Adam Brody, I think.
So you're saying that they may be able to fix this universe.
I don't know how far Shazam will be in the universe itself, but
Yeah.
the fact that they're casting all these people means they're following a particular Shazam story, and that's honestly one of the best comic books of the last 10 years.
All right, we'll
But
take your
see
word
what
for it.
happens.
Strange that I read somewhere that Ben Affleck is no longer attached
To
to
Batman.
the Batman. Yeah.
You see, it's DC. It's one of they're just dropping
Yeah.
like these news bombs everywhere.
So again, either one of us could be right.
It's 50-50.
$50.
So we had Jake Gyllenhaal who's saying he's not Batman. He doesn't want to be a part of this universe, and he might not be prepared for the role. But then on the other spectrum, you have Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah.
who is tipped to be the next Joker, and he says, "I'm not intimidated at all by Heath Ledger's Joker performance."
Oh no,
Trash.
he didn't.
Trash talk of the century.
Yeah, already before he even starts one cell of film.
But
Wow.
he's an incredible actor.
Yeah,
I guess so.
That's true.
He really
Good.
gets into the role,
Yeah.
and then you don't know whether it's him
Yeah.
or the character is
That is
playing.
true.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
he's one of the best.
I don't know.
He was in the running for Doctor Strange.
Yes, he was.
Oh,
No.
was he?
And also
Yeah,
Iron
but
Man.
Was he?
Yeah, as
Okay.
well. Yeah.
Okay, more DC news. Wonder Woman 2, okay, will take place in the 1980s.
Right.
So it's gonna be a retrospective kind of
Yeah.
movie. It's all retro. I mean, the upcoming Bumblebee movie is also set in the 80s.
They know nostalgia is good, so they're milking it.
Yeah, it's like a resurgence of these nostalgia
They
movies.
picked it up from Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they see all this pop culture references, like, that's what we need to.
Or because they don't know what to do with the current kind of DC universe.
That's true. So they're sticking with Patty Jenkins, which I think is a good choice
It's
because
a very good choice.
yeah, she really fleshed out the first Wonder Woman movie, and it was very woman centric, and you can see that from the time you see Wonder Woman to Justice League, even down to the costumes, where you had the Themyscirians more scantily clad in Justice League than they were in Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie, who is leading the Gotham City Sirens movie, they have found their director, and it's also a woman.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, interesting choice. Kathy Yan, who's a newcomer. Anyone heard of her before?
No, but is this coming out of CinemaCon as well?
I think so. Yeah,
Because I think there's been another project, Star Trek 4, which is given to a female director.
the fourth one,
There's 2 Star Trek films being developed right
the
now.
Quentin one, and
Quentin is number 5. There's one number 4.
Okay.
So the 4th one will bring George Kirk by Chris Hemsworth into the Kelvin timeline, which is the current Chris Pine timeline. So they will meet. So it's like a time travel story.
Okay.
So that's being directed by a female as well. And then the next chapter is Quentin Tarantino.
I like this. I like the fact that Hollywood's giving projects now, like to directors who are female, because after the whole Me Too movement and whatnot, it's a big overhaul for Hollywood. Here's a bit of news on this particular director, the director of Suicide Squad, who very famously went on the Comic-Con stage and said F Marvel.
Yeah.
He's now had a change of heart, and he says Marvel is killing it.
Yeah. I read that tweet. David Ayer.
David Ayer, the director for Suicide Squad.
Sounds like a tweet that's trying to win me back on his side.
Here's someone who is also flopping sides, who just did a U-turn on what she thinks. The actor for Scarlet Witch famously said that she doesn't want a solo movie.
Yeah.
All right. Now she says, Yeah, I actually do want a solo movie, and I want the adaptation to follow the House of M.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
And that's fine. It's fine. We need this energy. that
Yeah.
you bring.
It's interesting because we're all getting a solo film this May 25th.
What?
She wants a solo film.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
all getting
We're all
a
getting
solo film.
Solo film.
Dell's
Let us
wondering where
know.
my brain cells are.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Dell just went, what? James Cameron has come out and said that he hopes that everyone will go through Avengers fatigue soon, because there are other movies out there, not just superhero movies.
When I saw this report, I just facepalm.
Yeah.
This is coming from James Cameron, who has created some of the best movies in movie history.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know when to shut up. The last time he spoke was about the
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman
yeah.
being not empowering enough for
Yeah,
female.
because he says that, I did a woman empowering character back
Yeah.
in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
So he wants to be back in the limelight, but I think he's coming about it the wrong way.
It's
Age, maybe.
just...
I mean, if I was making Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6,
I don't know, man. It has been so long since Avatar.
I'll go get my name out
It's
there as,
so
quick, as much as I can.
I'm super excited for it.
But Kevin Feige has responded to what James Cameron has said regarding
did he?
Avengers fatigue, and he said, "What? James Cameron is a fan of Marvel movies? That's great." Classy.
Brilliant response.
Classy. Very classy. Here's one of the movies that Dell picked for his top 5 this year, but has been pushed to next year. New Mutants. Apparently, it's going to be a full-fledged horror movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is Dark Phoenix still coming out this year? No, right?
I
don't think so.
it's
Dark
beginning
Phoenix is-
of next year.
Yeah, and they dropped X-Men from the title, right?
No?
They did.
X-Men Dark Phoenix.
No,
Is it? They have?
they did. So there's a picture going around that Fox has been giving all the shareholders and whatnot, the licensees. The licensors, and so they have the release of what movie's coming out, and they drop X-Men from the title. It's just Dark Phoenix now.
Wow.
Interesting.
Ooh.
So a lot of people are like, why?
What does this mean?
Yeah. So it's no longer X-Men Dark Phoenix. It's just Dark Phoenix.
Does it make any difference? It's still the same cast. It's still the same.
I don't know.
All right.
property.
Speaking of people dropping things, Marvel has announced that it will not have a Comic-Con panel at Hall H this year. Yep.
Well, I'm not going
But
anyway,
they
so-
didn't have one last year either.
But they did have some announcements.
Right, okay.
But they're not having any at all this year.
I think it's because Marvel and Star Wars are gonna do D23 from now.
Also because
maybe.
like
they've got
D23.
nothing else coming out
But
for the rest of the year.
But there's no D23 this year.
Yeah, it's next year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
nothing coming
they're
out from
trying
Marvel.
to push it all to next year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The hype.
They've got, you can't announce anything until people have seen Avengers 4.
I think they're holding
feel.
off. They're holding off because they're still trying to sign that deal off with Fox.
Possible.
Yeah.
And then,
That would make
you know,
sense.
and then announce once that deal goes through, which is expected to be completed in the summer of next year,
Yeah.
2019.
long time.
So after that, who knows what will happen with regards
Venom.
Venom.
Phase 4.
All right, now we all watched Avengers: Infinity War.
Yes.
Kevin Feige has promised that Avengers 4, the next movie that's coming out next year, will be a genuine ending.
Ooh.
For
That's so cryptic. He doesn't say about what. I think it's with regards to certain story arcs that will tie up in Avengers 4.
Some people, some characters are definitely gonna.
Not make it.
permanently be.
We don't know. Anyway.
There should be. I don't know if it is all 4 or 5 of the original Avengers, but
6.
6. The 6
All
of them.
6 are
all 6 are gonna die. I don't think all 6.
I think they're synchronizing it with everyone's contracts, right?
Yeah. Or maybe they're
Or
still
they
trying.
can renew their contract.
Or they're still trying to figure out what to do.
Printing
with
is
these
expensive.
characters.
Printing all the contracts.
What? Anyway, so that's the news this week on the Wayang Crew Podcast. If you want to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our Gmail account. That's thewayangcrew@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Spotify. No, wait. What?
iTunes.
It's been a couple of weeks, guys. But we do now have a dedicated website. You can find us at thewayangcrew.com.
Nice.
Check that out if you want to follow us and find out what we're up to. We'll try our best to keep it updated, although it's just me doing it. We'll see what happens.
You can share the load.
You should share that.
Yeah, I should. I should share it with Del because he's quite active with regards to his website. Okay, anyway, we're gonna move on to the next bit of the show, which is the much anticipated review of Marvel's Avengers Infinity War. Now, we all saw this movie this week. So most of us here in Brunei, some of us not in Brunei. Del, when did you watch this movie?
I was at the I-Square Mall, and they had an IMAX there, and I managed to get seats on the day they released the ticket sales. Ooh. So it's an expensive ticket. I had to spend 20 a pop, and on top of that, I had to buy the 3D glasses as well because they don't loan you.
Oh,
you had to buy the glasses.
Yeah.
Wow.
Were they a special design?
No, they are horribly designed, and they're heavy, and they keep dropping down the bridge of my nose.
You should have told me. I have some 3D glasses.
I don't know if they would fit though.
Oh, because it's IMAX.
No, maybe, but I don't know because I tried bringing an older 3D to another cinema, but it didn't work.
Oh, okay. So maybe they don't sync it the same way.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Anyway, to the review. Avengers Infinity War.
First of all,
this is
how
gonna
many
be...
times have each of us seen this film?
Yeah, that's a good question to start with.
Okay, I have only seen it once. I was gonna see it today, but something came up and I couldn't. Nazz has watched it.
Yes, 3 times.
3 times.
I've watched it too.
Livie has watched it
Del?
twice.
Once only. I was supposed to watch it this afternoon, but pushed it to tomorrow.
Okay.
Same.
Same?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
Khai?
Once?
Once?
How are... Guys, what are we doing?
The Wayang Crew.
How is this possible? That each of us has only seen it once.
Because we've been traveling.
Mind blown. We have
How
other
can
things to
Livie
do.
and Nazz watch it 2 and 3 times each?
Yeah, I know. The newest member of the podcast and our
And the
guest.
guest.
So anyway, this review is going to be a full spoiler review. We're not going to bother with a non-spoiler review because, whatever you need to know about this movie has already been talked about on this podcast. We did our MCU recap, all 9 episodes of it. So you can go back and check out the previous episodes if you want to catch up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. But we're going to get right into this movie. It's awesome.
Yes.
It is very awesome.
Understatement.
It's so good.
Mind-blowing.
Here's the thing. When I walked in, I can't believe I am saying this, but I was slightly skeptical because they built so much hype.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had so
As
much
you would.
press, and they kept saying this is different. And
Yep.
we've heard this before.
Okay.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is it's a bold thing. I had just arrived in Brunei, so I haven't checked any reviews or anything. 15-20 minutes into the film, I was sold. I was like, this. And when it ended, I'm now upset at how bold and different it is. I wanted something safe.
I was feeling the same because right until before I walked into the cinema, there was still this voice in my head that said, "This could suck."
Yeah.
This could suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no,
But
it's
yeah. I think
Wow.
that the direction which the Russo brothers took this was fantastic because they've done Civil War and they've done Winter Soldier before that, and you see their progression slowly bringing in characters from this universe and then adding and culminating in this big one. I thought they gave enough screen time to everyone.
Yeah.
There were 1 or 2 which I thought could have had more, but overall I thought the sharing of the screen limelight was very well paced.
Yeah. And DC, take note. This is how you do a big CGI bad guy.
Yeah.
Right? Not like what you guys do, which is all gray and generic. Thanos looks good. Thanos looks
and
real.
I think he looks significantly better than the trailer.
Yeah. They did
He
some
looks
improvements.
more solid.
He looks more weighted, more real. Like he belongs in that scene. Like it's as if he's actually there, which is funny because I was reading an article this morning and Josh Brolin was barely on set.
No.
Because he's all CGI and mocap.
Yeah.
What did you think about how they hurled us into this story?
They
which
wasted
was
no time. So
They went straight into
It was like
didn't
pump,
they?
pump, pump.
a lot of movies, they kind of have to give you that first 10 minutes as like a build up.
Yeah.
With this one, we've seen the
The build up
the
was
end,
last.
the end of Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
the last remnants of Asgard decimated.
Which is the
Like,
beginning of
that's
this
it.
movie.
Like,
Yeah.
like, so you open and he's already, so they didn't bother with him attacking Xandar, right?
Yeah.
He already had the
Yep.
power.
He already had
Stone.
two
Yeah.
stones.
One stone.
One.
Sorry,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
stone.
one.
He was getting the second one.
Yep.
So you're just like, oh wow, we're just getting straight into it. And I think everybody's attention was on Thanos. Like he really stole the moment when he went
Yeah.
Mike Tyson on the Hulk.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
yeah.
You just pop, pop, pop. You're like, oh, okay, I'm paying
You're like,
attention.
let
now.
him have his fun.
Yeah.
That's what.
They tried to do what they
Hulk
normally
said.
do. Oh, you're this and this. Well, we have a Hulk, and then
Yeah.
Hulk steps in, bam, 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 and he goes like, "All right, are you done yet?"
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is smart because this is like a direct reversal of Avengers 1. Hulk was the secret weapon in that one.
Yeah.
When Mark Ruffalo went, I'm
always angry.
And then he basically just brought it home. But with this, the Russo brothers got the biggest guy out of the way. They're like, oh, by the way, no, he's useless.
Yep.
And then we have genuine cause for concern, like, oh.
Okay, because this is a full spoiler review, we have to also address the elephant in the room that Heimdall is now gone,
Gone.
and so
He did,
is
yeah.
Loki.
Loki dies, yeah.
He's
That was a
gone as
really
well.
good death.
That
Yeah.
that was a good choice. Because you know they weren't messing around.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
meant it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the trailer, I thought I saw Loki standing with the Dark Order,
Yeah.
and I thought maybe he turned again. He turned
Yeah.
evil again. But
Yeah,
no,
me
he
too.
he was good
They
till the
killed
very
him
end.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to trick Thanos into
Yeah.
thinking that, okay, now you've pledged allegiance to me,
Yeah.
and then he had like a one last ditch effort, and then that was it, and
Yeah.
just like that, he's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was really well done.
I liked his death.
And I also just realized this as I thought about the film after I watched it like the next day. Essentially, they just undid all the effort of Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Because Valkyrie's now dead.
Yep.
Korg's dead.
Wait.
Meek's dead.
We've never seen those bodies.
Yeah, but we have to assume they're dead. What
Yes,
else would
that's
we-
the assumption that I
Yeah.
didn't want to make, and that's my biggest question. You've built Valkyrie to such a powerful character, and then she's not even on screen.
I would wager she's dead because there was a lesson in Ragnarok where he was told, you're not the god of hammers, you're the god of thunder.
Yeah.
Right? Odin told
Yep.
Thor. And literally the first thing they did here is give him his hammer back. So I was like, oh, so we're just basically pretending Ragnarok didn't happen.
Ah.
So I thought that was a bit smart. And the whole eye thing, oh, here's the eye. You know, everything
Yeah.
that was so
Clever.
basically now I'm like, so I can just skip Ragnarok.
But
Next time I watch
Thanos kills 50%. Where's the other 50%?
No, all gone because
They were
he
on
blew
the
up the
ship.
whole ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the power
Yeah.
stone.
But I wouldn't say there's no Asgardians left. There would be.
There would be some.
I mean, because you've got Asgardians in the 9 realms, so
Well, they're scattered around the
yeah.
9 realms.
So I mean, they're Lady Sif.
Adele is in
on
such
Earth.
hard thought right now.
Lady Sif and like some other Asgardians are on Earth.
Sif,
so.
where's Sif?
Okay, from that scene on the Asgardian ship, Hulk is sent back to Earth by a impromptu Bifrost
Yeah.
that sends him back to Earth, and
Play plot convenient by Frost.
and lo and
That's
behold,
fun.
he lands in the New York Sanctum Sanctorium,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there, and we see the
Doctor
first interaction between Doctor Strange and
and
Dr. Banner, Bruce
Yeah.
Banner. And
fun fact about the way Bruce Banner landed in the Sanctum Sanctorum when he said Thanos is coming. That is a direct reference to Silver Surfer crashing on Earth in the earlier stories.
Yeah.
And he said Galactus is coming.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was brilliant. I was like, oh, this is a Silver Surfer reference.
And then right after that, we see Tony Stark. He's jogging with his new wife, Pepper
Pepper.
Potts.
Yeah.
The pots.
Have they
And-
gotten married?
No, I think they're
They're about-
engaged.
They're about
Engaged.
to.
Oh, they're about to.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
Stark makes that reference to Wong, you're invited to my wedding.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. So they're about to get married.
That's the one you remember, Livie?
I
A
remember.
2-hour 45 film you watched twice.
That's of course a direct
Just
reference.
started.
Yeah, that's of course a direct reference to the end of Homecoming,
Yeah.
where he brought the ring to the press conference.
Yeah.
He meets Doctor Strange for the very first time. I think that was a very good.
That was
Yeah,
brilliant.
it was. I
Interaction.
loved it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That whole sequence, and then they taking the fight into the streets.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a good fight.
That was, I thought the pacing was just
Yes.
snappy. It
Yeah,
was
I
just
loved
going.
it.
I loved it.
They did not waste any time.
No, they
Yeah.
really
they
did
did not
not.
waste any time.
So how's everyone feeling about the new nano suit? I'm still very iffy about it.
Here's the thing. I'm a bit mad because in the comic books, Extremis was the nanosuit,
Yeah.
but when they had Extremis in Iron Man 3, it was something else.
Yeah. It was like
Some-
Yeah.
self.
Extremis was like this fire lava thing
Yeah.
inside
Yeah,
of him,
and
which
so for me,
didn't-
this nanosuit is like 2 years overdue for Iron Man, because if he's such a tireless tinkerer, he would have thought about it 2 movies ago.
Yeah. The nanosuit has put all the theories to rest that there is no Wakanda tech in his suit.
Yeah.
Because that was a big thing that everyone was saying from that one shot in the trailer where his feet become rocket boosters.
Yeah.
But that's all out the door. And the reason why is because Peter Parker, Spider-Man, who is in New York, sees this big spaceship and he jumps on it and tries to,
Tries to be...
investigate and be his normal Spider-Man self. And it goes up into space.
And he can't breathe.
And that's how Tony Stark gives him the
Iron
Spider suit. For the first time seeing this suit, I thought it was done really well.
It was so good.
Perfect.
It was amazing.
When his extra legs came out, he was like, what were those?
Yeah, that was amazing.
What did you think of the Iron Spider suit?
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of this nanotech.
That's Dell's shit.
Yeah, Dell is... I'm surprised Dell is the one that's going,
Yeah.
They'll believe superheroes should go to the gym, they should have a healthy diet, and they should take the time to dress well.
Alright, after that, we see that Vision...
And so I think at this time, the Black Order has split up into a couple of... so I think 2 groups.
2 pairs.
Yeah.
Because Thanos has charged them to say, go and find all the stones.
Yeah. Stones, 2 pairs.
And so we got Corvus Glaive and Ebony Maw fighting Doctor Strange, Wong, Tony Stark, and Spider-Man. And we had
I love Ebony Maw.
Proxima Midnight and Cull Obsidian looking for Vision.
Yep.
Because Vision has the Mind Stone.
Who are in Ireland?
Scotland.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scotland.
Scotland.
They've been there for a couple of years. They've been on the run.
Yeah.
2
So
years.
I think
2 years.
there was a throwaway line in the film, which we can assume Civil War's been 2 years.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years since Civil
Since
War.
they were on the run.
Yeah.
And then this is where we see the first scene with Captain America.
The world's most beautiful man.
Oh, so beautiful.
In his black suit.
When he came out of the
passes by.
shadows, I was like,
You're not the only one. The whole cinema.
yeah.
We clapped.
The whole cinema clapped
yeah.
when his face came out of the darkness.
Like you knew that scene was coming.
Yeah.
It's like you see a present that your parents buy you. You know what it is.
Yeah.
You unwrap it. You're like, I knew it was this, but I love it.
Got goosebumps just thinking about
But
it.
that whole scene was set up so nicely.
Yeah.
It
To
really
have
was.
and the relationship between Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
It's something that I didn't think I wanted,
Yeah.
but when they presented it that way, I thought it was beautiful. It was a beautiful love story, and how they're on the run. It's almost like a noir spy thriller kind of
Right,
feel
yeah.
to the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
Scottish
Yeah.
scenes.
Okay,
Did we meet Falcon and Black Widow in this scene as
yeah,
well?
Yes.
they're there as well. And Falcon now he has more Red Wings.
He does, yes.
He's got 3 now.
Yeah.
Well, those are just, I thought, missiles or something.
He only had 1
He did one in Civil
Initially.
War. Yeah.
in Civil War, and now he has 3.
Yeah.
So
Extra. Get more.
black market.
I don't know.
eBay.
Falcon was the one that had the least character arc.
Yeah,
There's not really anything
that's
for
true.
him.
he was really a supporting role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in
But
this
so
movie.
was Steve Rogers, if you think about it.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't-
Surprisingly
He
so.
had very little lines.
Yeah, but then towards the later part of the movie, when there's the action sequences, and then you see him running.
Past Black Panther.
Exactly.
He's faster than Panther. I'm like, that's my boy.
I cried inside.
That was the best moment in the whole movie.
I know.
That's the best.
And then, okay, if we're talking, so we're gonna go on a tangent about Captain America here. When Thanos arrived and Captain Bare Knuckle punched him, non-stop, I was like, boy, that is it.
Oh, when Thanos punched him and he stopped.
With his
fist.
bare hands.
Oh, he's got nice teeth.
Says the one who watched 3 times. Yeah.
She paid attention to the
Yeah.
To every detail.
Yeah, and back to Scotland.
Very good at. So from Scotland, they all go to Wakanda.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I think in between we're introduced to Thor, who is picked up by the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
And
really
also,
nice.
not to mention, Iron Man and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
On the
are
ship.
in space.
Titan.
They're on the way
Yes.
to Titan.
On the way to
And I
Titan.
think this will lead into Ebony Maw being thrown out in space.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
which I
with
thought
the
was
pop
cheap.
culture reference.
Pop culture.
Yeah,
The alien.
Yeah, so I'm
Because Peter Parker goes, did you guys see that old movie
Really old
called
movie.
Aliens?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna bust the hull.
Yeah.
So I was with Tony Stark on that one. I was like, yeah, seriously, stop with the pop culture references. Like, it was funny the first time in Civil War.
Yeah.
When he did the
old movie.
yeah.
It's called
I'm just
Star
like,
Wars.
okay. But yeah, I thought Ebony Maw was, that's it? I was like,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah, one of the better of the Black Order.
Yeah.
I know.
One of the more powerful
Most
ones.
powerful in
He
my
is
opinion.
the most powerful because
Yeah.
he's telekinetic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what?
So maybe he's not dead.
Maybe he'll be back.
Yeah, I mean he's frozen.
I guess.
So.
Yeah.
If
gotta
Thor
let it
can
go.
make it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but then
But
Thor's like,
young
Thor's a
did
beautiful
make
man.
He's
Yeah.
a beautiful man, God.
But,
This is the
but
difference.
Thor is like an angel made love to a pirate.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about Thor because Thor is found by the Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
who were on their way to the ship
for the
because they
distress
heard the
call.
distress call.
Yeah.
And when they get there, when they warp into that area,
It's
the ship is gone.
It's in
It's
the
not there
graveyard
anymore.
space.
And then they hit Thor, and then that line that Rocket goes like, "Get it off! Get it off!"
Rocket was
I
the
thought
best.
Rocket was really well done in
Yeah,
this one.
Yeah.
me too. Yeah,
I didn't like Peter Quill.
I hated Peter Quill in this one. I was like, oh my god.
I really didn't like it.
He's a big
Especially when they
baby.
were on Titan
Yeah.
and they were about to get the gauntlet off
Yeah,
Thanos.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I was gonna ask, was it because of that scene?
Yeah, I was
No,
like,
no, no.
could you
Yeah.
stop? Like, I was like, can you stop? And they almost got the gauntlet off.
Yeah.
And then he...
I
And
knew
then,
he was gonna
Why
do
did
that.
Iron Man had to let go of the gauntlet to stop Peter Quill? He didn't have to do that. He could just focus on the gauntlet and they would have taken it off.
He could just blast Peter Q off and pull out the
I think,
gauntlet.
I don't know. Maybe
Plot
he was being a
convenience.
good
why
guy.
didn't Doctor Strange, reverse time to like 20 seconds before that?
He didn't want to use the Eye of Agamotto. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Because I think Thanos didn't know he had it on him.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't want. Yeah.
He didn't want Thanos to know it's on him.
But
But
then
if
again,
you had seen, if that was the way out, you would have done it. If you could
Yeah.
control time like that.
But then again, Doctor Strange, the first thing he does when he gets onto Titan was to sit down and meditate and look at all the possibilities of this scenario and where it
Actually-
could go. And he says, I looked at 14,900 something,
602.
602,
Yeah.
and there's only one where we win.
Yeah.
And
I have a theory about that, but
And-
I'll talk about it
yeah.
once the story ends.
and he's okay with it. He's okay with giving up the Eye of Agamotto, the Time Stone, and he says, Tony, we're playing the long game. I think he knows something.
I think this is the one way they
Yeah,
could win.
yeah.
Because I imagine he must have foreseen Fury send the distress call to Captain Marvel.
Yeah. And he
No,
foresaw
no.
his death, maybe.
He saw the only way out was to have Tony Stark still alive.
Yeah.
Because Tony Stark will be the one to figure it out,
Yeah,
how to kill
smart.
Thanos. And then possibly sacrificing himself in the next movie. But
expect-
I'm theorizing that before he sacrificed himself, Captain America comes in and sacrifices himself instead to win back
This
Tony
sounds like
Stark.
fan fiction now.
I know. I know.
sacrifice.
But it
Yeah,
sounds
it's like, I
what,
don't want Tony to
like what
die.
they do.
Okay, so let's make like a prediction right now. My prediction is Doctor Strange must have seen Fury send that signal to Captain Marvel.
Maybe.
That's how he thinks they're gonna win, because if Captain Marvel's in the picture.
No, but he said, Tony, this is the only way.
Yeah.
So meaning that I have to give the gem to Thanos. He has to kill half of the population.
Yeah.
And then you have to be alive because I can't let him kill you. That's what he meant.
Either that or, this has to happen because we need to let him think that he's done his job.
Yeah.
He's won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and we still need you, Tony. So, this is the long game.
Yeah, you're our moneymaker. We can't let you die.
All right. I think we've talked about this movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
We did not get into as much spoilers as I thought we were.
Should we just
Really?
recount who dies?
No, we
All right.
need to talk about Red Skull.
Yes.
Yo, I thought it was death, and then he showed his face.
Yeah, I was like, oh!
Oh no!
I was in the cinema and I saw that thing and that voice came out. I was like, why do they have Dementors in... This is the wrong universe.
After that, I started quoting him everywhere I went. I was like, arrogance is not a uniquely American trait, Captain. So that scene,
Yeah.
from the moment we see Red Skull to the moment Gamora is pushed off the ledge,
Yeah.
is my favorite sequence in the film.
Yeah,
It is
because
lovely.
if there's one thing that this movie does successfully do is it gives us stakes that we care about,
Yeah.
and it pushes everyone off the edge,
Literally.
literally, and figuratively.
And it gives us the villain that is not just any like evil
Crazy villain.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
you
like
just
a generic guy who goes like, I want to end the world. Why?
He-
I just want to end the world.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
end up like you end up like not
Yeah.
even hating him so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up like sympathizing with him, you know?
Yeah, with,
Like-
with Thanos.
Justifying the reasons why he chose whatever he did.
So the past two movies, Marvel has been getting really good at their villains because we saw
yeah.
we felt the same way about Killmonger. I'm not sure about you guys, but
yeah.
I understood his motivations as to where he was coming from, and I also understand the motivations of Thanos in this movie.
And
Like,
I think the unique thing about Thanos is that he feels everything he does. Like when he killed Gamora, that really screwed with
Affected
him.
him,
Like
yeah.
that really
Yeah.
affected him.
Yeah.
yeah,
But he knew he had a larger mission, so
he had to do it.
Yeah.
And so the saying that every villain thinks he's a hero applies perfectly to Thanos because he genuinely thinks he's doing the world a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The universe.
Yeah,
The
sorry.
universe.
The universe of
Favor.
it. Okay.
I like Nebula coming into the picture as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of went role reversal with Gamora, and she's the one trying to save her this time.
Yep. But she couldn't. Aww.
Oh well.
Aww.
Aww.
And then I think one of the best sequences in the film was also when Thor finally got Stormbreaker.
Oh, and then came into the battlefield.
And then
Yes.
the theme song.
Oh, yeah, that was-
You're like, oh!
Stormbreaker, of course, is made partly with Groot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So
Which is the only character I didn't like in the movie.
I
didn't
hated
like
Groot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so whiny. It's like,
He's a
grow
teen.
up.
He's a teen though. That
He's
was the-
Anakin Skywalker.
Okay, so here's the thing about these characters, right? These angsty characters or these oblivious characters. And this is why I hated the kids in A Quiet Place.
Okay.
I like the boy.
The girl.
When the world is in that situation, you have to give up all pretense of comfort. Like, imagine if The Quiet Place truly happened today.
yeah.
Like, these monsters tried to come up.
Yeah.
All of us as kids, and I'm sure kids outside, would have been trained not to take anything that makes a sound.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
So when this kid picked up that rocket ship, when he was specifically told not to,
Yeah.
and then he died, I was like, you deserve this.
Yeah.
So and the same thing with Groot, like he's getting all angsty and teenage, but the universe is about to end, buddy.
But what did he do though? What did he not do?
So the supposed redemption he's had was when he gave off his arm for
Yeah.
Stormbreaker. And I'm guessing like the arc that they were supposed to give him was he's this angsty, moody kid who doesn't want to play with others, but he realizes there's a bigger picture here. So I guess that was the arc, but it's just they didn't give us enough of him being annoying and didn't give him us enough of him being a hero.
Yeah.
I
He
think-
didn't get enough screen time.
Yeah, no screen time, and it's very hard to convey all those things that we want to see if he doesn't have their own Guardians movie. Because this is a movie that's shared between 63
everyone.
characters. Speaking of characters who we did not expect, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
The
His
internet,
character.
the internet, and the world was theorizing on what he was gonna be. He might be the voice of this or that. He might be in mocap. He might be in CG. But no,
He was
Peter
a
Dinklage
dwarf.
is in this movie as a dwarf.
Yeah.
But not your typical dwarf. He is giant size. He's like 25 feet tall.
On the Forge planet.
Yeah, on
Where
the
they
Forge
make
planet,
weapons.
Never
where,
the lair.
where they made Mjolnir, and now they made Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
And we also find out that he was the one who was commissioned to make the gauntlet.
Gauntlet. Yeah.
By Thanos.
There's two. There's two
Yes,
gauntlets.
there's one there, but I don't know if that's like a prototype or.
I don't know. I'm guessing they might use it for the next movie.
That's what I thought.
Because
I
they-
thought
Because
that's
the
why
mold's
it's
there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mold's there.
So once Thanos clicked his finger, you can't use the gauntlet anymore, but you can use the stones.
Yeah. I theorized that's why
Yeah.
we saw that there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then, correct me if I'm wrong, but to wield the gauntlet and which include all the gems,
Yeah.
you need to be very powerful.
Yeah.
Spider-Man would not have been able to pull that thing off, Thanos, and
That's why they
hold it in
needed-
his hands. Would he?
No, he wouldn't be able to wear it, but he would be able,
Be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just carry it along.
Because you have to be a celestial.
Well, I mean, for starters, it's built for Thanos' hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be a size 9 and try to wear a size 20.
You can try.
You can try, but you have very loose pair of shoes.
All right, we're gonna end off this review with the biggest spoiler that we can give you, and that is that half of the Avengers, or more, I think,
More.
More than half
than
the Avengers
more than half the
die.
Avengers.
Only the originals left.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Are they dead though?
Yes.
I don't think they're dead.
They're not dead because
The way they died.
it's very specifically said that when he snaps the gauntlet,
half the universe.
half the universe does not exist.
Mhm.
So I think it's just the existence. I think the essence is still there.
I guess they're as dead as you could be in the MCU.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not.
Yeah.
I feel like they're in another realm instead.
Really?
Yeah, because it'd be like in a like
Purgatory?
Perhaps, or where
different-
where the dead people go.
ancients
T'Chaka,
plane,
the
yeah.
ancient.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
The
I-
astral plane.
Astral plane.
The astral plane will be
because
full.
they kept mentioning about fate and all that.
Yeah.
Like fate is usually an entity in the comics.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe I don't know.
No, I would believe they are dead if they weren't gonna make Spider-Man: Homecoming 2, Black
Yeah.
Panther 2.
Yeah.
That also.
How do you? But then the question is, how are they gonna bring them back?
Yeah.
However, there are certain characters that are permanently dead, like Loki and Heimdall
Gamora.
and Gamora.
Vision.
Because they were all not killed by the gauntlet.
yeah,
by
they
the
were
snapping of the gauntlet. They were killed before that.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the reality stone. So he snapped the reality stone to change the reality that half of the people are not there.
No, I think it's all gauntlet. It's all the stones at once, right?
Yeah, it's all the stones at once.
Okay.
So once he snaps it, because that's his intention for half the universe to be wiped out, and then that happens, and we see it on screen, and it's heartbreaking. It's so hard to
And it's
take.
amazing when
Yeah.
so Thor has this like grand entrance and he's just basically untouchable and he kills Thanos and you're like, no, are you serious? And he goes, you should have gone for
my head.
For the head.
And he snaps his fingers and you're like, oh! And just a minute before that, we thought Wanda had destroyed the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you serious? And then
And he
he
turned
just
back
turns
time.
back time and you're like, oh!
Yeah, I knew that was
Which is so
gonna
tricky.
happen.
You see, when you can change time like that, it's so hard to make a good story believable because you can always do it.
Because, the stakes are not as great anymore. Because you
Yeah,
have this
you can
mechanism to
always
turn back
reset.
time.
Yeah.
Or to, change reality.
Also, there's one thing that I didn't like about that whole sequence was, where was Thor? Why did he come in only in the last minute after they've sacrificed Vision? He could have come in earlier and hurt Thanos.
So what I realized, I thought the same thing, was that Thor was the one who took away the Outriders.
Yeah.
So he was
busy
getting rid of them.
He was getting rid of the Outriders so the rest could take on Thanos. Like that's since all of us watched it once.
Yeah.
We'll have to recheck my theory, but if I'm not mistaken, he was the one person who could take out the Outriders.
He was in the air taking out Outriders from above.
Yeah.
The ground troops with all the Wakandans, they were there taking care of business as well. They were still there. Thor could have left and fight the big guy because he had the Stormbreaker, which is the only weapon that could kill Thanos. Why was he doing all these little things on the ground?
I'll-
Like
Outriders were gonna-
Okoye going, why was she up
Outriders.
there?
yeah.
What's she doing
Why
up
was she
there?
up there the whole time?
Oh,
The final battle in this movie takes place in Wakanda. You see
Yeah.
it in the trailer, so we're not spoiling anything there. But what we didn't expect from the movie was just how many Wakandans there were.
yeah.
Because it seemed like a Lord of the Rings kind of
Yeah.
scene where
More.
they were all just lining up and like, those are all Wakandans?
And the Rhino clan haven't even showed up yet.
Yeah, the Rhino
Yeah.
clan is, where was he?
Yeah, exactly.
He was,
The Border Clan was there.
Where were
Where
the
are the
rhinos?
The rhinos.
The rhinos.
Oh, I'm
the
guessing
big
because the guy who reared them is basically considered to be a traitor in the
Yeah.
thing. They wouldn't use those weapons of war.
maybe.
Like I just
Really?
But the Border Clan was there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just Wakabi and his rhinos were not there. I'm guessing they got thrown out or something.
Poor Okoye.
Some of the best lines came from the Wakandan scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okoye especially.
Yeah, when Captain America and Black Widow land in Wakanda, and she says, "This is not what I expected when you said you were going to open Wakanda to the world." I was
Yeah.
thinking like the Olympics or a Starbucks. The jokes in this movie, we haven't talked about the jokes, the humor.
Well timed.
Well timed. We have some reviews online that are saying that it's a little bit too funny.
No, it's not.
don't
It's
think so.
perfect.
But I think it's perfect.
I think it's smart to put most of the jokes with the Guardians characters.
yeah,
It's true. And
That was
Okoye.
smart. And I think I read somewhere James Gunn wrote those scenes.
he wrote them
Nice.
Yeah, like he basically broke it down for the Russos how this conversation would go.
because he knows the Guardians.
Yeah.
Especially the one with Drax.
That was so
I do
good.
you want better?
Yeah, it's like,
What is
I'm going to be
Gamora?
really still.
What is Gamora?
That scene
when he
where-
was having the nuts, I have perfected
That
the
scene
move.
where Peter
You can
Quill
really
and
see
Gamora were talking and
And
they had this really
kissing.
intense,
Yeah.
intimate scene. And it was like, you have to kill me
Yeah.
because I know something that Thanos doesn't know. And if he gets me, you have to swear to kill me. And then they have this, passionate kiss. And then you hear
like
like
That's
nuts
it.
being eaten.
Yeah.
And he's like, how long have you been standing there?
an hour.
An hour.
Yeah. And they're like, why are you there? I perfected the act of invisibility. And he's just like
Oh,
talking about how
no.
nobody would see him. And then Mantis goes like, hey Drax. And
Okay, so that's what we think of Avengers Infinity War. There's a lot more that we could talk about, but if we do, we're going to be here for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we have to cut this
whole movie.
for time. But what did you guys think? Very quick thoughts on the movie, Del.
I liked it. It was one of the best ensemble movies I've ever seen. And I would give this 8.5 out of 10.
8.5. Neekay?
I'm giving it a 9. Yeah, like some parts just bugs me, so there's no 10.
There's no 10.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Nazz.
wow. I loved and hated the movie.
Love and hate the movie.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is her thing.
Oh, okay.
No, but I loved it. I loved the scenes. They were spot on. Pacing was okay for me. Like, some parts were great, but some parts for me were a bit draggy for me because I watched it 3 times. But I give it a 7.5 because there were some things that I didn't like about it.
Okay. Being draggy and watching it 3 times, that's your fault.
3 times on the same day.
Khai.
Was it on the same day?
Yeah, it was
Yes,
on the same
3
time.
times
Oh.
on the same day.
Oh my goodness, I thought it was 3 times
No,
over 3 days.
so to break it down, she watched it, I think the first ever showing in Brunei. That's in the morning.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And then she joined us for the 7 p.m. show with myself, Khai, and Nazz you there as well. And then
And she went in
right
right
after that, she had another showing at 10:30?
Woo!
9-ish.
Okay.
9-ish?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Khai, what did you think of
I think this is possibly my top 3 Marvel movies.
top
Really?
3?
Yeah, it's true.
Because it's so refreshing as a film.
Yeah.
I don't like it when movies promise to take risks or could take risks and they don't. So
And this does.
the fact that this movie took so many risks and the fact that they realized that this is a cinematic universe. You can't pretend like Edward Norton was never the Hulk. You know, like that. So there are things that have happened. The fact that they brought in the Red Skull and then they mentioned about things that have happened
They
before.
tied up everything beautifully.
I and it's so refreshing to watch this movie. I give it like a solid 10.
Solid 10?
Yeah, I give it a 10.
Nice. Okay. Livie, our guest for today.
Oh, wow. I think Khai said it very well. The storyline was really, they brought everything in, all from the, 10, 15 years since they've started?
10 years. Yeah.
10 years now. They brought everything, they tied in loose, well, obviously not all loose ends, but they did a great job in storyline, you know, like we said about Black Panther. Killmonger was a villain that you ended up, you could relate to. In Thanos, they did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
You
wow.
you felt for him.
You felt for him. With the whole Gamora scene, you felt for him as well. And it was just, so I was really impressed. I brought a friend who doesn't watch any Marvel movies. to
How is
watch
that possible?
He watched a few, but he
Okay.
was a bit like, oh, no, what's going on?
It's not like a
like, who's that? Oh, that's Captain America. It's like, okay.
Okay.
Who's that? I'm like, that's Black Panther. But he enjoyed it. So someone who doesn't really know the storyline was engaged. He felt the storyline was really good. And there were some parts he just didn't get, but, you know, that's understandable. So I'm definitely giving it a 9.
9.
9.
Okay. I am going to give this movie a 10 out
Wow.
of 10. I'm with Khai because this movie delivered what I expected and so much more.
Like I think for me, it's like I give them a 9 for everything.
Yeah.
+1 just because I'm so happy. Like it's like 9 out of 10 overall, but like that one is like good job, boys. Like,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
take
I'll
this
give you
extra
the
one.
extra one.
Yeah, just take it.
All right, so that's the Wayang Crew review of Avengers Infinity War. If you haven't watched it, do get yourself some tickets. Where should they watch it?
Time Cineplex.
Time Cineplex.
Yeah, the best place to watch movies. We also have a video that's up on YouTube showing you what the early reactions were from some people who did watch it on opening day and the atmosphere in general. They have a great display there, and you know they really do care about movies, so you should check them out.
If you want to spend a bit of extra, I'm just going to give you guys a great tip. Go Empire Cinema, get yourself a VIP seat, and sit in comfort for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
a good tip as well.
Yeah, man. I would just say.
And you can book the tickets on Time
Online,
Cineplex website
yeah.
as well. There you go.
TimeCineplex.com.
Yeah.
All right. We have been off the recording sessions, I guess, for a couple of weeks, but we're not going to have an Apa Liat Liat this week.
Oh.
We're going to have one next week because we do have something that we need to do for this particular show, which is our announcement of winners for the quizzes that we have been having this past week, where you do stand a chance to win some goodies, which were contributed by Times Cineplex. Now, we had one winner to win the Avengers keychain. Now, this is a keychain that you can't buy because it is a limited edition, and the winner is _ fifth, F-I-F, underscore fifth. So if you are underscore fifth, this was on Instagram, do send us a private message and we will figure out how to get this keychain to you. The second prize, which we had a couple of entries with the correct answers. We're going to get Khai to draw this one.
Right.
So if you can hear, we've got like names in like a little...
We're not cheating, people.
We're not cheating. So we have 3 correct entries and we can only pick one. So Khai, you can pick this one. There you go. You can hear it. And the winner is... SJ Liang 4. You have won yourself a Avengers water bottle. Cool. All right. We've got 2 more prizes to go. And for this next question, the third picture that we put up, which was a chance to win an Avengers shirt in size M, we'll get Livie to pick this one.
Me?
Yeah,
All
very
right.
quickly. Pick this prize. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correct entries. Just pick one winner. And the lucky winner for this is going to be...
What is it?
Faiz
Amin 13.
Faiz Amin 13. Okay, if you are Faiz Amin 13, do get in touch with us here on the Wayang Crew via Instagram. Do send us a private message and we'll figure out how to get this prize to you. Now, the fourth prize. We have 6 entries for this. Let's get Nazz to pick this one very quickly.
Watch out for your headphones.
You will stand a chance to win an Avengers cap. Now, this I think is the coolest prize that we have for draw. And the winner is... Stanley K. All right. You won yourself an Avengers cap. Do get in touch with us on the Wayang Crew via Instagram. Slide us a DM and we'll figure out how to get these prizes to you. Now, we will be having a grand prize draw where you get a chance to win all these prizes. Okay. For one winner. So you get yourself a keychain, a bottle, a shirt, and a Avengers cap. And we'll also throw in a Wayang Crew t-shirt. Yeah, just for fun. So do get in touch with us on the Wayang Crew. Thank you so much for listening. I'd like to thank my co-hosts today, Del, Neekay, Nazz, Khai, and our guest, Livie. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you on the next Wayang Crew show. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.